Student friends, in yesterday's lecture, we studied the structure of ACR, that is how ACR is constructed, what are the layers which are present in the ACR, and where we have studied that. ACR is a 4-layer PN, 3 junction, J1, J2, J3, 3 terminal anode gate cathode, semiconductor switching device with regenerative characteristics. We also studied it's a 2-transistor analogy. That means how ACR is get analyzed with the 2 transistor, out of which one is PNP and second one is ANPN. By connecting properly both the transistor with each other, one can understand the analogy of ACR. We also defined few terms last time, and that is firing angle of ACR. It is the number of AC cycles those passes prior to conduction of ACR. It is denoted by alpha. We also defined the conduction angle. It is the angle through which the ACR conducts. It is denoted by theta. Alpha plus theta is always equal to 180 degree. So that's what we have studied last time. Friends, today we are going to study the working of ACR, or we can say operation of ACR. Friends, to work with the ACR or to understand the operation of ACR, we know that ACR is a unidirectional device, which was studied when we classified the thyristors into different categories. In that we have studied that ACR is a unidirectional device, means it conducts the current only when it is forward biased. It doesn't conduct the current in reverse bias condition. This means that to understand the working of ACR, it should be properly biased. It should be properly biased, meaning thereby, as it is a unidirectional device, it should be forward biased. Let us understand the meaning of biasing of ACR, and then we will go to study the working of ACR. Look at here. This is the ACR which was studied yesterday, which has a 4 layers PNPN, 3 junctions J1, J2, J3, and 3 terminals, that is anode, gate and cathode. As we are aware that it works only in forward bias condition, meaning thereby its anode should be forward biased with respect to cathode. And for that particular purpose, a power supply VAK, or in general V, is connected between anode and that of cathode, so that anode is connected to the positive terminal of the battery and cathode is connected to the negative terminal of the battery, so that respectively it is forward biased. Under this condition only the ACR works. Another battery, it is represented here, it is called as a VCC, connected between gate and cathode. It is used to control the anode current. It is used to control the anode power. It is used to control the firing angle and conduction angle of ACR. But not necessarily VCC should be connected. Without VCC also, you can explain the working of ACR when it is in forward bias condition. So, under this condition, now we are going to study the working of ACR. If you look to this particular figure, as a beam, external battery is connected between anode and cathode in such a way that positive terminal is connected to the anode, negative terminal is connected to the cathode. Due to such a connection, junction J1 and junction J3 will forward biased. Why? This is because negative terminal is connected to the N region. So that's why J3 is forward biased, and positive terminal connected to the P region. So that's why J1 is forward biased. In general, we can say when anode is positively biased with respect to cathode, junction J1 is forward biased whereas J3 is reverse biased, whereas J2 is reverse biased. In general, J1 and J3 are forward biased whereas J2 is reverse biased. Now we are aware that we know how PN junction diode works. When the junction is forward biased, what happens is electrons from N region and holes from P region will start moving towards the junction. Hence, width of depletion layer across that particular junction it decreases, barrier potential reduces. Same thing happens across J3 also. Assuming J3 is also forward biased, electrons from N region and holes from P region will start moving towards the junction J3. Here also barrier potential reduces, depletion layer width reduces, and at a particular voltage applied externally, the junction will break down and the SCR starts conducting the current. But when this happens, simultaneously J2 is reverse biased. Across J2, what happens is electrons from N region will move away from J2. Holes from P region will also move away from J2. Hence, here width of depletion layer across junction J2 increases, barrier potential increases. All these actions across J1, J2 and J3 takes place simultaneously as we go on increasing the externally applied voltage. When this external applied voltage VAK becomes equal to certain minimum voltage at which junction J2 will break down and J1 and J3 allows charge carriers to pass from cathode towards the anode, suddenly at that particular voltage anode current starts increasing. And when anode current starts suddenly increasing, we can say SCR is in fire, or we can say SCR starts conducting the current. The minimum forward voltage at which the anode current suddenly increases by breaking the junction J2 and by reducing the depletion layer across J1 and J3, that minimum forward voltage, it is called as forward breakover voltage of SCR. Means when externally applied voltage, forward voltage becomes equal to forward breakover voltage of SCR, SCR doesn't conduct current. Means till and until external applied voltage is less than forward breakover voltage, that particular angle through which SCR doesn't conduct the current, that is called as the firing angle. But when applied voltage becomes equal to the forward breakover voltage, the anode current suddenly increases and it will start conducting up to a certain time. That particular angle we can call it as it is a conduction angle. Friends, the current that suddenly rises when voltage becomes equal to breakover voltage, it is called as the latching current. Once the SL is turned on, current increases, and that increased current we can call it as it is the latching current. And the minimum anode current that doesn't allow SCR below which it is cut off, that current is called as the holding current. So this is how SCR is made to be working. Now we'll ask the question that why this supply is connected. This supply is connected just to control the anode current. If here the gate current is more, Naturally, firing angle is less and conduction angle is more, means SCR starts conducting for a more time period. If suppose gate source voltage is 0, means gate current is 0. When gate current is less, firing angle is more and conduction angle is less, SCR doesn't conduct the current for a long time. You have to decide how much amount of anode current is needed, how much amount of power is to be developed across the load if you are connected between anode and cathode. Accordingly, you have to provide the gate current, which will decide the firing angle and conduction angle ability to allow load current to pass through it and to control the power through that particular load. That is the reason why this device is called as silicon controlled rectifier. Friends, this is what that happens when anode and cathode is forward biased. It is totally true that it will be always made to be work in forward bias condition. But let us say what happens in reverse bias condition. In reverse bias condition, externally applied voltage VAK is connected in such a way that its anode should be negatively biased with respect to cathode. Means negative terminal of the battery is connected to the anode, whereas positive terminal of the battery is connected to the cathode, which will reverse bias anode and cathode. Due to this reverse biased power supply, junction Z1 and Z3 will now reverse bias, whereas Z2 is forward biased. It is exactly opposite to that of this case. As being Z1 and Z3 are reverse biased, width of depletion layer across Z1 and Z2, Z3, as we increase the external applied voltage, increases. Because the charge carriers across Z1 and Z3 will start moving away from Z1 and Z3. And as being J2 is forward biased, very near to J2, charge carrier will move towards the junction J2 by reducing the width of depletion layer. This process will continue till sufficient external reverse voltage is applied. At a particular voltage, J1 and J3 will break down and some little bit amount current flows due to the minority charge carriers. But this particular aspect is not used when as far as SCR is being considered because it is a unidirectional device. Friends, this is how one can understand the biasing of SCR and also the operation of SCR. Let us see its working associated in the descriptive aspect. Let us already we have studied diagrammatic working of the SCR. Now let us see word by word. Friends, SCR works only in forward bias condition, assuming it is a unidirectional device, and does not conduct in reverse bias condition. In forward bias condition, that means when external batteries are applied so that anode is positively biased with respect to cathode, meaning thereby anode is positively biased with respect to cathode, that is a forward bias condition. Due to this, what happens is, due to this, junction Z1 and Z3 are forward biased and Z2 is reverse biased. Friends, already we have studied this. At the beginning, ideally no anode current flows through due to high junction resistance. Simply connecting external battery definitely makes Z1 and Z3 forward biased and Z2 is reverse biased, but it doesn't allow current to be conducted by the SCR. This is because of the high junction resistance. The minority carriers may allow small leakage current to flow through the SCR. And this is the forward blocking region of SCR in which SCR doesn't conduct the current even though it is forward biased. But when forward voltage of SCR is increased, the forward bias of Z1 and Z3 and reverse bias of Z2 also increases. When voltage becomes equal to forward breakover voltage VBO, it is represented symbolically. The depletion layer of Z1 and Z3 reduces, the reverse voltage of J2 breaks it, and conducting channel is created between anode and cathode. This allows electrons to flow from cathode towards the anode and holes from anode to cathode to increase the anode current suddenly, reducing voltage to on-state voltage VT. This is known as firing of SCR, and this region is called as forward conduction region. The region within which the SCR fires and starts conducting the current by breaking the reverse junction J2, by reducing the width of depletion layer across Z1 and Z3, by creating the channel, electron will flow from cathode to anode and holes will flow from anode to cathode, suddenly increases the anode current and reduces the voltage drop across it to on-state voltage VT. The SCR is said to be fired, or SCR is said to be bent in conduction region, and the minimum voltage at which SCR starts conducting is known as forward breakover voltage of SCR. It is represented by the VBO. Friends, here is some term. The minimum forward voltage at which the SCR latches to conducts is known as forward breakover voltage of SCR, and it is represented by VBO. V for voltage, B for break, O for over. That is forward breakover voltage of SCR, at which the SCR starts conducting the current. The current that latches to SCR in conduction state, reducing voltage to on-state voltage VT, is known as latching current IL. So these are the definitions to be remembered by you. It is called as the latching current. The current that latches SCR in conduction state, reducing voltage across it to on-state voltage VT. That current is known as the latching current. And the current below which the SCR remains in off state is known as the holding current, and it is denoted by the IH. Please do remember that also. These we are going to ask in objective type of the equations. So this is how the SCR works when it is in forward bias condition. But when it is in reverse condition means under this condition, negative terminal is connected to the anode, whereas positive terminal is connected to the cathode. In reverse condition, that is, anode is negatively biased with respect to cathode, Z1 and Z3 are reverse biased, and J2 is forward biased. Increase in reverse voltage increases the reverse bias of Z1 and Z3, and also forward bias of Z2. In this region, SCR ideally doesn't conduct the current. Practically, by breaking the junction, minority carriers conducts some little bit amount of current. In reverse bias, SCR act like a diode. Try to underline this sentence. The reverse characteristics of SCR is same as that of reverse characteristics of PN junction diode. Friends, this is how SCR is operated in forward as well as reverse bias condition. So that's how we can call it as it is the working of SCR. By understanding the working of SCR, we conclude that SCR will work only in forward bias condition. So that's why it is called as the unidirectional device. Friends, let me see some of the applications of SCR. SCR can be used as a controlled rectifier. Rectifier means the device that converts alternating current into the direct current. Controlled rectifier means its output current through the load is controlled by the third terminal available for the SCR, that is known as gate. How? Just I explained you that by increasing the gate current, firing angle reduces and conduction angle increases. When conduction angle increases, naturally anode current increases. And reverse is also true. So as a being it is a unidirectional device, it can convert AC into DC. But by using gate terminal, gate current, one can control the load current. So that's why it is called as controlled rectifier. This is one of the application of SCR. Friends, SCR is going to act as a switch. Obviously, in the definition of SCR only we have studied that it is 4-layer, 3-terminal, 3-junction semiconductor switching device. So that's how you can say SCR is going to act as a switch in power controlling device. Next one is SCR is act as power controlling device. One can control the power through the load. SCR is used to control the speed control of motor. In industry, speed of the motor can be controlled by controlling the gate current and also by controlling anode current. It is used as a dimming light. Light dimmer means to reduce the intensity of light as per our requirement. So that is called as light dimmer circuitry. Next one, AC high power control. It is used in AC high power control. Friends, these are the applications where SCR can be used. Yes, students, that's all about working, biasing, operation of the SCR along with its applications. Student friends, this is all about the working of the SCR. Next time we'll go for current voltage characteristics of the SCR.